Former President Olusegun Obasanjo has revealed that his decision to reform Nigeria's labor movement during his time in office was motivated by concerns over foreign influence and the need to establish a truly independent, nationally controlled workers' union. Obasanjo made the disclosure on Wednesday while speaking at the 85th birthday celebration and book presentation in honor of a former president of the Nigeria Labour Congress, Hassan Summonu, held in Abuja. Recalling events preceding the labor reforms, Obasanjo said Nigeria's labor movement was, at the time, fragmented and heavily influenced by foreign intelligence agencies during the Cold War era. According to him, the two dominant labor centers operating in the country were allegedly funded by rival foreign powers, a situation he described as unacceptable for a sovereign nation. He said one of the unions was allegedly financed by the Soviet-era KGB, while the other was backed by the United States Central Intelligence Agency. I have a few stories to tell about him, which I believe I should tell, because I may not have any other occasion to tell it. Hassan, do you remember, when Goodluck was leading one of the two major labor unions? These two labor organizations are Nigerian labor organizations, but they were not being financed or funded by Nigeria. I don't know if you know that, but that was the reality. One was being financed by KGB. That is the truth. And the other one was being financed by CIA. I think Hassan belonged to the one being financed by KGB. And then I came on the scene. I needed for Nigeria, a Nigerian labor union, organized by Nigeria, controlled by Nigeria, financed by Nigeria. So I decided there was going to be a labor union reform. And I think the man I put in charge is Justice Adebiyi. Obasanjo explained that the perceived external influence over organized labor compelled him to initiate sweeping reforms aimed at unifying the labor movement under a single national structure that would be internally funded and independently run by Nigerians. He said Justice Adebiyi was appointed to lead the reform process, which eventually resulted in the creation of the Nigeria Labour Congress as a unified national labor body. According to the former president, the reform was designed to ensure that the government did not impose leadership on labor unions, but rather allowed workers to freely elect their representatives within a nationally grounded framework. And Hassan was one of those who was in the forefront to ask, what do I know about labor that I'm asking for reform? What is my business? And of course, I don't know anything about labor, but I know that I wanted a Nigerian labor organization organized by Nigeria, headed by Nigeria, and funded by Nigeria. And Justice Adebiyi finished his job and we reformed the labor without government's hand. They elected their leader. And Hassan became the first leader they elected. I don't know how Hassan felt at that time, but I felt comfortable, Obasanjo said. He noted that following the reform and the establishment of the NLC, the relationship between organized labor and the government became more structured and constructive, while preserving the independence of the union. Obasanjo commended Summonu for his role in consolidating labor leadership in Nigeria and expanding its influence across Africa and the global labor movement. He also disclosed that he wrote the foreword to Summonu's newly launched book, noting that he gave an honest account of the labor leader's contributions to national development and democratic engagement. The event also featured strong commentary on contemporary labor issues, including Nigeria's recently enacted tax laws. Reacting to concerns raised earlier by the current president of the NLC, Joe Ajaero, over the impact of the new tax law on workers, a former NLC president and current senator, Adams Oshiomhole, urged labor leaders to go beyond lamentation and actively challenge policies they consider unjust. I listened to the NLC president, Ajaero now. I'm sorry Ajaero, you were agonizing. You were agonizing that minimum wage workers are asked to pay taxes. You think if you are crying here from now till tomorrow, it will stop? You can find out who made the law, who is wicked, who is kind, who is generous. But the lesson from Summonu is, if it is wrong, fight it. If you know it is wrong, fight it, don't admit it. I was not taught to lament. On the floor of the Senate, I always say I didn't go there to lament imperfection. And I believe so, because what the people need is not our tears, is not emotional suffering. Those who do bad things don't do it out of ignorance. And those who enjoy a particular order won't give up. You have to fight them to give up. The other thing you taught us, sir, was that we work better when we stand side by side with the progressive segment of civil society. The other, which I did say, and I am happy that we were here, that we were charged in Abuja because he joined us to organize the fight. The event, which brought together labor leaders past and present, politicians, civil society actors and unionists, underscored the enduring influence of organized labor in Nigeria's political and socio-economic development, while highlighting ongoing debates over workers' rights, taxation and governance.